Welcome to Stories That Hurt. Here, we share stories that touch the heart, stories that invite you to pause, feel, and reflect. From a simple idea to $1 million capital, the idea began on an ordinary evening, scrolling through forums where entrepreneurs shared both wins and failures. One story stood out. People were overwhelmed by information, yet still willing to pay for clarity and simplicity. That insight sparked a question. What if knowledge could be packaged in a way that saves time instead of consuming it? Inspired by books about lean entrepreneurship and digital businesses, the concept took shape. Create a niche online education platform that offered short, practical courses for busy professionals. No long lectures, no fluff, just clear solutions to real problems. The goal wasn't to chase trends, but to solve one specific pain point extremely well. Key steps and strategies. The first step was starting small. Instead of investing heavily upfront, the founder created a single pilot course using personal expertise and feedback from online communities. A simple website, basic email marketing, and organic social media posts were enough to test demand. Key strategies included validation before scaling, selling the first course before building a full platform, reinvestment. Every dollar earned was reinvested into better content, marketing, and tools. Audience focus, constantly listening to users and adjusting content based on their feedback. Automation, gradually introducing systems for payments, email sequences, and customer support to reduce manual work. Over time, one course became 5, then 10. Partnerships with other experts expanded the offering without increasing costs dramatically. Challenges and how they were overcome. The biggest challenge was doubt, especially during the first year, when growth was slow and inconsistent. There were months when expenses nearly matched income and quitting felt tempting. Another major obstacle was competition. Larger platforms offered similar courses, often for less money. Instead of competing on price, the strategy shifted to depth and specialization. The platform doubled down on a specific niche, becoming known as the place for that audience. Burnout was also real. The solution came from systems and delegation, hiring freelancers, automating tasks, and focusing only on high-impact decisions. Final outcome and lessons learned 5 years after that first idea scribbled in a notebook. The business crossed the $1 million capital mark, not through a single breakthrough, but through steady growth, smart reinvestment, and relentless focus on value. Key lessons learned. Big capital often grows from small. Well-tested ideas. Speed matters less than consistency. Listening to customers is more powerful than following trends. Systems build freedom. Hustle alone does not. Bedjourney proved that $1 million capital isn't created overnight. It's built step by step, decision by decision, with patience and purpose. Just as the platform began to gain momentum, everything started to unravel. The turning point: in the third year, traffic suddenly dropped by nearly 60%. An algorithm change on the main social platform wiped out the primary source of customers almost overnight. Email open rates fell. Sales stalled. For the first time since starting, the numbers turned red. Worse. A trusted partner quietly launched a competing product using insights gathered from shared meetings. It felt like betrayal wrapped in bad timing. Lawsuits were impossible. Resources were thin. The $1 million dream shrank to a single question: survive or shut it down. Sleep became rare. Every decision felt heavy. Selling the business crossed the founder's mind, not for profit, but just to escape the pressure. The lowest moment, the breaking point, came when the bank account dropped to barely 3 months of runway. Ads were paused. Contractors were let go. The platform was reduced to its bare essentials. One night, while reviewing old customer emails, messages once skimmed without much thought, something changed. Dozens of users described how the courses helped them get promotions, switch careers, or regain confidence after burnout. This wasn't just content. It was impact. That realization reframed everything. The risk that changed everything. Instead of trying to recover old traffic, a bold decision was made: abandon the algorithm-dependent model entirely. The platform shifted to a membership-based community, focused on long-term learning and direct relationships. A risky move followed: a live, no recording, high-ticket cohort program. If it failed, The business would be over, Asterisk gets sold out in 72 hours. The intensity of live interaction created loyalty algorithms never could. Members referred friends. Case studies replaced ads. The business stopped chasing attention and started building trust. The climb-back revenue stabilized, then surged. With predictable recurring income, the platform expanded carefully, new instructors, better tools, and a small but fiercely aligned team. By year 5. The numbers crossed a line that once felt impossible. 7 figures in capital. Clean, sustainable, and owned outright. The former partner's competitor? It burned fast and disappeared just as quickly, built on shortcuts. Not substance. The final lesson looking back. The hardest moments weren't obstacles. They were filters. The algorithm crash forced independence. Betrayal. Clarified values. Near failure. Revealed what truly mattered. The $1 million capital wasn't the victory. The real success was building something that could survive chaos and a founder who could too. And the quiet truth behind it all? If everything hadn't almost collapsed, it never would have grown strong enough to last. What came after the million? Crossing the $1 million mark didn't bring relief the way it was supposed to. For a brief moment, there was celebration, a quiet one. No champagne, no announcements. Just a long walk at night, phone in pocket, numbers still glowing in the mind. The business was finally stable, profitable, respected. And yet something felt fragile. A new kind of pressure success attracted attention. Investors reached out with aggressive offers. Scale faster, sell sooner, dominate the market. Advisors pushed for growth at any cost: more ads, more instructors, diluted content. The same patterns that had nearly destroyed the business before were now dressed up as opportunity. Saying no became harder than saying yes. Then came the internal fracture. A senior team member, brilliant, trusted, began pushing decisions that felt off. Corners were suggested. User complaints were minimized. "They won't notice" became a common phrase. That's when the founder realized the next threat wasn't external. It was erosion. The silent crisis engagement started slipping, not dramatically, but subtly. Fewer messages in the community. Less passion in live sessions. Metrics still looked fine, but the soul of the platform felt thinner. Late one night, during a live cohort call, a longtime member spoke up. "This used to feel like a place that cared. Now it feels like a product." The words landed harder than any financial loss ever had. That night, the founder made the most dangerous decision of all to slow down on purpose. Choosing depth over empire expansion plans were paused. 2 investor deals were declined. Revenue projections were cut in half. Instead, the platform rebuilt inward. The community was capped to preserve intimacy. Courses were retired if they no longer delivered real outcomes. Every instructor was personally vetted again. The burned-out team member was offered time off or an exit with dignity. Some people left. Critics called it a mistake. "You had a chance to be huge," they said. But what remained was solid. Alive. The unexpected outcome. Something surprising happened in the following year. Growth returned. Not explosive, but undeniable. Members stayed longer. Referrals doubled. Companies began sponsoring cohorts not for scale, but for credibility. The capital didn't just grow, it compounded quietly. By year 7, the business passed multiple millions in valuation, yet still operated with a small team, clear values, and a fiercely loyal community. The founder was no longer chasing survival or status, only alignment. The final truth looking back, the journey revealed a deeper lesson than any business book ever promised. Anyone can build fast. Few can build true. Money tests who you are just as brutally as failure does. The $1 million capital was never the destination. It was the first mirror, and the real success came from having the courage to look into it and choose who to become next.